It's amazing when a company takes input from their most loyal fan base and tries to incorporate continuous improvements on their products. Hey, welcome back to EDC channel. This is Jay. Of course, it's impossible to make everyone happy, and nothing is perfect. I love premium metals, but I think this is the one to get from them. At least for now, that is. If you follow my channel, you might have known that I've been covering and complaining about their flashlight for a while now, but I didn't do it just to bash them. I truly hope that they can improve, which they did here a lot. There are so many improvements that there's nothing major left for me to complain about. There may be just a couple nitpicks or my personal preferences. I've been almost begging them for the upgraded A28X, and they finally delivered. They dropped the X and changed it to Generation 2 instead. Probably for future proofing for the naming convention, so they can call the next one Generation 3 instead of XX and so on. So let's talk about it. As usual, this is not an unboxing video. I'm just gonna show you the box quickly. This is the older box, and this is the newer one, 2nd gen. Okay, moving on. Finally, we don't have to pick and choose the side LEDs anymore. They give us all the UV red and warm white this time. It's slightly longer with a smaller window due to space needed for the dual buttons, but still managed to fit 3 instead of 2 LEDs. And I picked the cool white main LED to get the maximum brightness of 1000 versus the 600 lumens for the high CRI option. There's already a warm side LED, but I'm not sure if it's high CRI, because warm doesn't necessarily always mean high CRI, and they don't specify which LED they are using. I chose it so that I have 4 different outputs: the cool white, the warm white, the red, and the UV. Can't get any more versatile than that, right? Maybe green laser? Although if you don't care about maximum versatility and maximum brightness, I would recommend getting the high CRI main LED instead. This A8 was my very first non-6500K cool white light, and the only reason I got it was because there were no other options available for it, and I was hooked since then. Of course, I would love for them to give an option for the hot new Nichia's 519As. Honestly, I kinda prefer the cleaner one button look, but with 4 LEDs and many modes including shortcuts to everything plus a lockout mode, it's probably best and a smart decision to use dual buttons. Otherwise, it's turning into an enduril. They kept it to a maximum triple clicks for everything, which brings me to my next point: lockout mode. This is not really a complaint, but more an improvement suggestion. Quad click, in my opinions, is a better way to lock and unlock the light. 5 seconds is quite a long time to wait, and I can quad click much faster than that. And I think most people are already familiar with this. I'll never really use the lockout mode because of it. Another probably smart improvement is to use momentary moonlight for button 1 while on lockout, and momentary low or even red for button 2 when press and hold while being locked. It's a really handy feature that I love from Enduril 2. Much better than the double blinking, which can be blinding at night. Another reason I don't use the current lockout mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's your blinding mode. 1, 2, 3. A little user interface demonstration and beam patterns. Let's start with button 1. 1 click, Moonlight, 0.5 lumens. 1 click to turn off. 2 clicks, memory, last regular mode used. One click to cycle through the brightness, low, medium, high, turbo. Long press for off. Three clicks shortcut to strobe warning, 2, 3. Long press for off. Press and hold 5 seconds for lockout. One click while locked, it will blink twice. Moving on to button 2. One click for warm white low, 2 lumens. And click to cycle through brightness, low, high, only 2. Long press for off. Two clicks for red low, 3 lumens, and then one click to cycle through the brightness, low and high. Flash and beacon. Long press for off. 3 clicks for UV, 2, 3. There's no more UV low this time, which is fine for UV, I guess. You would normally want high anyway, but actually it won't hurt, or should have left it as an option. And one click to turn off. Press and hold for momentary turbo. Press and hold 3 seconds while locked to unlock. There's a shortcut to almost everything. I think they nailed the UI this time, well, except for the lockout mode. But if I'm in charge of the UI department, or if it's up to me though, I will stick with the single button, which can cover almost everything. One of the major deal breakers for me on the original A28 was the missing Moonlight or Firefly mode. In the second generation, you not only get 1, not 2, but 3 Moonlight modes. The main emitter, side warm white, and side red, which is great for preserving night vision. I can tell you that I'm already using this generation 2 a whole lot more than the generation 1. In fact, I barely used this just for the previous review. When they announced the bigger Auroras, I was hoping for a size closer to 16-340 size flashlight with a single LED. But these are more closely matched to the shorter, fatter triple LEDs, 14500 in size. I reviewed this FWAA before, and I'm probably going to review this TS10 next. I know that they are probably aiming for the functionality with this new clip, but I prefer the old clip. The new two-way magnetic clip makes it look unnecessarily thick and takes away from the aesthetic. In my previous video, I praised the custom light design for the old clip. Also, the screw-in design is probably more secure and sturdier than this clipped one, while still being removable if needed for some reason. And not sure if two-way is needed, since the one-way is already in the position where you would want to put in use it as a clip on the head. And the magnet is probably useful for some people, but also might cause issues for some, since it might stick to other metal things in our pocket. I personally don't really need a magnetic clip. Oh, then they also rotate a few degrees, probably so that the angle can be adjusted slightly and not that it can slide over the cutout. Again, these are just nitpicks for me, and probably was added to make it more useful for some customers. I think they're aiming for this to also be a work light. This can easily be solved if Rovyvon would maybe sell some additional clips as an accessories to give customer even more choices. I ended up not using it at all, or I might even maybe one day mod or cut it to become just a one-way clip. without the thick magnet, so it will make it more clean and functional for me. Type-C is a non-surprising yet a very meaningful upgrade. Another minor nice upgrade is a larger battery, increase from 600 mAh to 850 mAh. The glow-in-the-dark battery holder is a bit different, not as much or thinner, but since it's clear, we can easily edit our own custom glow-in-the-dark or even tritiums. I added these glow tips to match my A8 mod. Okay, for the recap, Rovyvon went all out on this one. I can't really ask for more. A really functional flashlight. I can see myself using this a lot more than the original one. Okay, that's it for now. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you again next time. Bye now. The lowest mode comparison. Okay, now we're gonna try to compare the turbos. Sorry guys, this is the darkest place I can find. First one is the original A28 with the high CRI. Now the new one. Cool white LED. High CRI. Cool white. High CRI. Cool white. Okay.